how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem.
Welcome to the Postgame Bounce with your host, Evan, the fastest Twitch fibers in BCN.
What's up, my boy? And I also have the best painter / fan of BCN, Wayno Paints, and we are here for another post-game bounce as we will be recapping tonight's game. It's the Memphis Grizzlies fell again to the Portland Trailblazers. Another game, another loss on this treacherous season and very tank-filled next half of the season, Wayno. Yeah. What are your thoughts, man? How are you feeling? How are you feeling, bro?
Look, I'm a little tired, but no fan out there is buying any of these injuries whatsoever.
No, at all. Come on. If you were living under a rock, I'm just gonna put it up. If you had any questions, because we're gonna get to the comments, and the comments are talking about we're not making the 10th seed and all that. We had Cedric Coward shoulder soreness, Jalen Wells shoulder soreness, Cam Spencer ankle soreness, Santa Adama right knee injury management, and Scottie Pippen Jr. out left great toe injury management. These guys just played last night. So if y'all had any question about what the direction of this franchise is going, it's at the full tank trying to get a good high draft pick and go from there. But the guys were on the court, played pretty decent for about 3 quarters. And then, as always, it's another fourth quarter meltdown.
Yeah, it was a much more competitive game than yesterday. Yesterday, we came out really hot and just kind of fell apart for 3 quarters. Today, much better. And, to be honest, it was only a real small sample size in the fourth that cost us, where the guys just got away from all the things that we're doing well, like rebounding by committee was what we did really well for the majority of this game. And, I mean, I spoke about this yesterday in that you have to look for the silver linings. And if we're moving ahead with a new core of, say, Edie, Gigi Jackson, Cam, and Ced, then this is all about applying pressure. And these guys have no safety net of a Jar or Jaren to back them. So this is all about them carrying the weight through these last 30-plus games. And, I think maybe we should all be put on the injury list for eye soreness.
Yeah, it's not the best product. Oh, you come in. Well, it is 4 o'clock, so you're high active in the way. I got to shout out my boy David, who said we love you, but I understand it's late. Yeah, it's late where I am. It's 11:30, but Wayne, it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. So he's feeling bright and early. So y'all can expect all the hot takes from Wayne. But yes, it's in the fourth quarter. We were outscored 34-19 in the fourth. After leading, I believe my notes had 96-86 at the end of the third quarter, 96-88 at the end of the third quarter. So we like you said, we went away from what was working. We were rebound committee. Our hustle dipped. We settled for jump shots, and the result is what it was. But also a point that you didn't bring up is that we're just not playing our best guys down the stretch. Ty Jerome did not play the last. He played exactly 20 minutes tonight. He didn't play again. He didn't play after the 8-minute mark. Gigi Jackson didn't get in the game until the last 3 minutes of the game. You had your top minutes players with Jamal Mayshak, Gigi Jackson, and Contavious Caldwell-Pope with 31, 30, and 30 minutes apiece.
I did say yesterday that, controversial take. I already think Ty Jerome is better than Bane. But in saying that, I had yet to see a Ty Jerome game as well. And I think, after his two first games where he just blew us out of the water and we're like, this is what we've been missing all season. Today I had my first bit of criticism for him, especially in that end of the third and fourth. And it's like, he just has to trust his teammates a bit more. I know it's a bit hard when we're playing the end of the bench plus G Leaguers with him, but he got a little gun happy and I was just like, just one or two more kickouts. And I think we would have done what we haven't done with Jar and Jaren, and that is build a lead and maintain it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Ty Jerome's stats on the night in 20 minutes of play, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 4 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from the three-point line, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. So, yes, we saw a little dip in these past two games, like you said. He did get a little shot happy, and being that he didn't have guys like Scotty or just either Cedric or Jalen, it seemed like he was trying to play hero ball just a tad bit. But you also had to give him a little grace that this is only his third game with the team, and he definitely hasn't practiced with the main guys, and he for sure has not practiced with these guys now. So when
Slow-Mo's not out there to setting those hard picks, there's basically no one. Like Omax is not a great screen setter, so he's not creating a lot of space for Ty. We've got like such a young core. Well, look, we got such a young team, and like I said, bunch of G Leaguers, like expect mental breakdowns, defensive lapses. I will give a bit of a shout out to Omax though, because yesterday's game I didn't want to see another 3-pointer from him for like 3 years, and today I think he listened to the show. He definitely
made you a believer. 7 for 8 from the 3-point line for Omax. He went 5 for 5 in the first half. Just a great game for Omax overall. 25 points, 5 rebounds, 6 steals. 6 steals for Olivia Maxey Prosper. He's definitely one of these guys I see having just an opportunity to really earn a spot on this team next year. We were talking about it in the green room. I see these games as, I think BK said it, it's just glorified evaluations for what we actually have on the team. And I know we have a lot of guys. It's preseason games, but just so happen can help us get a draft pick next year. But just the fact that guys like Omax and Javon Small also had a great game, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. These guys are having the platform to play well, and they did tonight. So hopefully you can see these guys continue this trend later. But it's just hard when you don't know who is and is going to be at the lineup. But you have to take, and that was my second thing, you have to take the good with the bad. Like when it's games like this where we know we're probably going to lose no matter what the situation is or who we're playing, you have to be able to take the positives with the negatives. And tonight, Omax and Javon were too overwhelmingly positive for just to be two-way guys as well.
Yeah, and look, when you're not getting those extra possessions, and I'm talking about like the biggest elephant in the room is we have no big. We have no one close to 7 foot on this roster. So when King's literally up there getting near 20 rebounds a game, like that's possessions that are just going to cost you. And like, to be all honest, without a big, like you're going to have to play a near big game to beat any NBA team in the league, because you might come out hot like we did yesterday and shoot well for a third, but there's still a 48-minute game to be played. And when teams see that, they always go the mismatch. They always drum it inside, and that's the story. That's the tape.
We got out rebounded 48-36 on the boards today. They had 14 offensive rebounds. And like you said, Clinnigan, even though he didn't play yesterday, had 20 points, 19 rebounds. And then Ciesco, he had 10 rebounds as well. So hopefully Zach Kleiman can take this open roster spot to get us a big, but being that we're in full tank mode, maybe he doesn't want to give us a big, because if we get a big, maybe we have a better chance of winning games. I also had to shout out my boy Hayden. I'll make a mistake. Jamal Mayshek had 6 steals. I had those two mixed up. Jamal Mayshek also had a pretty good game. He hit a few. He took a little too many threes, but he did hit a few as well. So
look, Mayshek, I'm not quite sold on. To me, he's Eddie Griffin. He's the comedian Eddie Griffin. That's who he reminds me of. So I did hamper on him that I just wasn't sold in, a group chat today, and then he comes out and gets 6 steals. I was like, I'm going to tip the cap a little bit to him, because and that's nothing to poke stick at. But I mean, again, like this is a G League guy. You know what I mean? So I think expectations for Grizz fans now, like it's a hard switch to make mid-season. Yeah, for sure. Especially when there's like always that glimmer of hope that we're going to get guys back, or injuries are going to clear themselves up by the mid-season. So now it's that real mindset shift for a lot of fans, and this is full lottery team now. So I was definitely, if y'all watch my show, The No Bluffing, I'm always try to go the optimistic side, because y'all know I hate uncompetitive basketball, or just hate trying to lose. And Zach Kleiman even said in his post-deadline presser, I don't believe in trying to lose and all that, but yet you rest like 3 or 4 top guys and things. But that's a medical decision, remember? It's
a medical. Yeah, but when 3 guys get shoulder and ankle soreness and they just played last night, and now they can't play a basketball game, like those things seem a little fishy. That's right. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
They all need to pour a bit of concrete in their coffee in the morning so they can harden the hell up. Because I don't know what happens in this league, man. Where is the league that I love, that I grew up watching, where like guys would take hits and like be running down the court with one arm dislocated? Like, give me those days.
That day is far gone. The days are gone where Kobe, where he messes up his right arm and he plays the rest of the second half in his left. Like those days.
Maybe one guy in this roster blow their ACL, walk back on the court to shoot their free throw. Maybe one. Give me one. Maybe Cam.
No, Cam would. Because Cam's crazy. He probably wouldn't feel it. Yeah. I'm surprised Cam did allow himself to get sat out tonight, because that guy loves to play basketball. We miss Cam Spencer as well. That's a good segue. Like we shot 42% from 3, 16 threes, 16 for 38. Overall, good shooting, but at least in that fourth quarter, when Portland's 3-point shooting definitely heated up, we couldn't go shot for shot with them, especially when you see guys like Taj Rome and G.G. Jackson. But our 3-point defense has been a point of how can I say this nicely? Concern. Yes, that's a point of concern all year, and it definitely reared its ugly head in that fourth quarter. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it.
I mean, yeah, like I said, and going forward, until we get some bigs back, it is going to be. There's 2 things you need to do when you don't have this many bigs. It's keep your turnovers down, and effort. That's the 2 things. And if you can't do those things and you can't sustain those things through 48 minutes, you're probably walking away with the L. It's a tough one. So, again, everyone out there, shout out to everyone in the chat as well.
Yes, you guys have been 100%.
Actually, all this week on Two Buck Show and the Postgame shows, you guys have been fantastic. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in during the dog days right now. But, I mean, I'll get a bit of a question for you, because kind of my take. And it's about you set the table before dinner.
Yeah.
You set the table for dinner. So as far as tanking goes, it's really against basketball for me. It really doesn't sit well. I hate watching it. Yeah. And I just really feel like you need to set the culture and the effort levels now before this next draft class comes in. Because if you don't, and you're starting that when they get here, you're just breeding losers.
Yeah.
So I just want to see accountability. Yeah. And I do see these guys come back from injury before the end of the season. The fans, we deserve it. We want to see, give us some hope walking into next season. Okay, this year was what it was. We turned the leaf on an era of what if basketball.
Yeah.
And now we're heading into a new direction, and that's fine. Like, it's inevitable eventually.
Yeah. My thing on that, I partially, like, I mostly agree, but I'm also in the realm of what the reality is now. I also hate watching tanking and uncompetitive basketball. If y'all follow me on Twitter, one thing I said is a very slim chance that since Ja Morant's trade value is so in the gutter, he wants to play, and we go strive for a 10th seed, and we just say, if you make the playoffs, cool. We don't, cool. I think that's a better way of direction than to deliberately losing games, because like you said, that brings a culture of winning in. So when the Darren Petersons Caden Bruisers, Cameron Bruisers, and all of these guys, you can keep that standard high, and the matriculation process is a lot slower. But when you're doing this and you're seeing your young guys out, it just breeds a standard of excellence that doesn't breed a championship organization. So I agree with you. I just hate being there. And I understand, because this draft class is going to be so great and this projected to be so great. I just don't like it overall, though.
Yeah, I think my kind of take is this. Like, Kleiman has enough picks. If he needs to get up the draft board, he has enough picks to do it. So you don't need to sacrifice the culture to do that. We're already in the lottery. We're already got our ping pong balls, and like he can work his thing in the draft. Like, but you don't need to sacrifice, because whatever guy we get in, if we have a bad culture off the bat,
doesn't matter.
That's all that's going to.
And then you're expecting an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid to change your culture, and that's a 1 in a million type thing. Like LeBron James, when he came out of high school, yes, he can change your culture because he's that generational player. But are you banking on a Cameron Boozer or a Darren Peterson or AJ DeBanza coming in and changing your culture when you have guys already here? That's a hard pill to swallow. So we're in the same boat. It's clearly Kleiman and Islo has made their decision about what direction the franchise is going. Yeah. I just don't think the long-lasting benefits of this are there. Like, I would love to see what we did during Ja's first year. Like, we were not expecting to be good that year, but we let Ja and those guys play. They made the play-in. They played great competitive basketball, and you see the trajectory the next 2-3 years that led to. Why can't we do the same thing here? Because I can just imagine just a lineup, if they guys want to play, with Ja, Ty Jerome, Said, Gigi, and Edie. I feel like that can give any team a run for their money in the play-in.
Yeah, look, here's my thing. And, like, I'm a big glass half full guy.
Yeah.
As most people point out to me all the time.
Yes.
But I do feel that Ja had his last chance.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that.
Sometimes in life, it just comes down to, like, you have to draw a line eventually. And, I mean, the fact that he couldn't get on board with the system, the coach, I mean, you can argue that all you want, like how bad the system is. And I agree with rotations, like they stink. But if that's his thing, that's his thing. I'm glad we got a coach who at least has an idea of what he wants to do on there, because there's plenty of carousel coaches in the league right now. Believe me, you don't want one of those. And we saw sample size of Ja being able to explode and play within the system. You just can't quit on your team mid-game.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Unacceptable. And then you get the invitation. Like, do you know how many leagues – do you know how many franchises would die for that Europe trip? And then to, like, throw it literally like a grown tantrum, like, not cool, man. Like, I think that was actually, like, I think for me, and like looking into the, Zach Kleiman's statements about the team, I just felt like, he blew his last straw and like they've had enough.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, fair enough. Like, it's 3 seasons deep, and
same stuff.
Things about like Ja and his game and lack of development and lack of leadership. As I've said previously on Two Buck Show, like, think of how bad we were this year, and even last year. But think of how bad we actually were this year on the court. Not one leader stood up to hold a players-only meeting this season. And I think that speaks volumes about, like, silver linings for this year. I know it sucks right now. Like I absolutely I am there with you guys. I am grinding my teeth, yelling at the TV screen. My hair's only getting grayer. It's only falling up more. I'm with you guys 100%. I feel it. But the silver lining is much like when we had GG Jackson. We had that bad season. We went, holy moly. Only due to injuries, we realized we had like a bit of a gold mine in GG Jackson. This season, as much as it hurts me to say, we found out that Jar's not that leader. We found out that Jaren doesn't have the takeover bone in him. Jaren had all the opportunities to take over games. And, I've never seen a player get back-to-back games fouling on jump balls before. You know what I mean? So it's just better. It's run its course. It's time to turn the chapter, as we keep saying. And look, we tend to turn around pretty quick as a franchise.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other, we're not Sacramento, we're not Washington. Like it's generally like a 3 to 4 year deal where we're kind of, by that second, third year, we've really recognized some pieces and identified some guys. And, I'm pretty hopeful that that's going to be the case again.
Yeah. I have a lot of things on what you said because you hit a lot of good points right there. This is the first thing you said about Ja being out of chances. I don't disagree that he's not out of chances, but I also agree of making the best out of a bad situation.
Sure.
Because this is the gentleman right here said, and we both on the same. I want to shout out his comment. Chugs Bugs 117. Chugs and Bugs. Shout out to you, my boy. Yes, Ja Morant, it's two things. If Ja Morant doesn't play, his trade value can't get any lower or higher. It's already in the gutter. True. Like, if he sits out the whole season, the rest of the 30-plus game, that's one thing. Your second option is to play him. So if y'all can't amend the situation, let him play his tail off if he decides to and get his trade value up so he can go elsewhere. And then you can get a haul back to give you more assets. And additionally, that's giving your young guys like Cedric Howard, Jalen Wills, who didn't play in the playoffs last year, Zach Edey, who did play in the playoffs last year but was hampered with injuries, your GG Jacksons, like your young core, opportunity to play competitive and meaningful basketball. Ty Jerome, who's a leader in that aspect, he can bring some of his experience. Same thing with KCP. So do I feel like he's out of chances? Yes. Everybody know I'm the biggest Ja Morant fan. But I've accepted the fact that he's not in the long-term future of this basketball team. I've accepted. Even though I hate it, I've accepted it. But I still think in this situation, the net positive that Chuzz was talking about is playing the season out. Because like you said, we have the assets of getting a top 10, top 5 draft pick. Like you said, we got Jaren out of here. If you were that set on getting Jaren out of here, you should have got Jaya. And I'm going to talk about that on No Bluffing on Monday.
Yeah, I just think that like the Jaren situation, like when everything folded with Ja, that determined the turning the page. And if you're turning the page on that era, you've got to turn the page. I've been saying for a good couple of months now that we are sitting on glory day players. Like as much as I love BC, man, like he should have been moved because that bench sitting is tying up the spot for an active rostered player. And like that hurts me to say because BC's my guy. He's been my favorite Grizzlies player.
Shout out BC.
Yeah, and I just think my only I suppose playing devil's advocate with that take would be what gives you confidence that Ja can do that, because he hasn't really shown that he's prepared to say what we want to hear, much like he did to Jalen Rose's face, only to turn around and do the same thing again. Do you remember when Jaylen Brown stormed out of that game because he didn't have enough help with Jason Tatum being out? Do you remember that this year? You don't, because it never happened. It didn't happen. It never happened.
Good point.
That's what I mean about having leaders on this squad. And what did Jaylen Brown do this year? Like everyone
played his tail off, bro. What?
Everyone basically said that Boston should tank the season, right, and come back next year, get a high draft pack. That's all the talking heads were talking about on ESPN and whatnot. God, I hate that show. It drives me up the wall. That's why I'm here, because I hate that show. So like he put the team on his shoulders like a leader does, played through. Man, they're making the playoffs. They look good.
Top 3 seed.
The question marks, man, are now turned to Jaylen Brown's a bit of a franchise player. He might be better than Tatum. So I guess that's my sort of counter to the whole.
Yeah.
Ja hasn't shown us anything in the past or leading up to now that tells us that he's going to change his tune. There's a lot of truth to what Kendrick Perkins said the other day.
You know how I get about Kendrick Perkins. You know I can't stand that. Everybody knows I cannot stand Kendrick Perkins. And if y'all don't know, Wayno is referring to, I don't want to speak for you, but he was saying that Kendrick said a few days ago that if Ja doesn't get his act together, he may be out the league after this contract.
What did he say? 1 foot in the grave, the other on a banana, as far as like Ja's career.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, like, it's not a question of Ja's talent. So don't take it that way, because Ja playing ball talent-wise is top 5 in the league.
Facts.
I always believe that. It's what's between the ears going on there. And it's sad, man, because we're not going to get the return on talent, which is what we want. Yeah, we're going to get the return on the player he is today.
Yeah, and the comments are agreeing with you. Number one, got to shout out Mr. David Owens. If you got to go to sleep, man, we got a peace out. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Well,
David,
it's already Sunday for Wayno, but
thanks for chatting in the comments the other day after the last show. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, but yes, I feel like a lot of people are in agreement, but only like Ja's time in Memphis, at least the glory days of Ja Morant is far and gone. It just a lot of people are on each side of discourse about what to do with him. I see your point. Like, what has he done to this point to say that he could change his behavior?
Because
I would say, what's the worst that can happen? Like,
oh no, I think that's a valid point, because in all honesty, like, for me as a Grizzlies fan, and I can see the franchises turn the page on that era. So for me, it's a bit like, something bad's about to happen, but you just got to live with it kind of situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, well, I'm focused on this, but that shadow I just got to deal with when that goes down. Do you know what I mean? I can't let that take away from what's happening right now.
So you're saying is, and I don't want to misquote you or misrepresent what you're saying. You're saying being that Ja's being that he still has 2 years, $87 million left on his contract. That's kind of just having this dark cloud that's preventing the team to really like progress in the way that you need to. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's like you've broken up with a girlfriend, she moved out, but all her shit is still in your house. So you're walking past her, like her old.
Oh my gosh.
Walking past her fancy lingerie. You're
my gosh. Right.
Come get your stuff. Come pick it up.
That
on the lawn.
That if you don't understand how much that analogy hits me right now.
Oh, I've been there, my friend.
Oh, funny story. Wait up. Remember I'm getting way too much personal life, but it's only like 200 people in here. Who cares? Remember when you made a joke in my comment section? It was like, hey, Evan, you're in a prison cell.
Oh,
it's a reason why. Oh, bro, that is so funny, Wayno. That is. I'm sorry, bro. It's fine. I wanted to laugh when you did it, and I just couldn't laugh, bro. Because you remember I had a lot of stuff around me, like I took it all down.
Like, where do all your stuff? And I'm like, put a poster up or something.
Yeah, nah. I took that down for a reason that you just mentioned. But anyway, let's get back on topic. Let's get back to you guys. Try to bring that's where me and Wayne are on. My thing is play competitively. Bring Edie back. Like, I don't think these guys are basketball players. I think having these guys play basketball is the best thing for basketball players to be good at basketball. Like, I don't feel like that's a hard concept to gather. What about you, Wayne?
Well, remember Summer League. Edie's first Summer League game. He came down on the ankle. He's on the ground. He's holding his ankle and he's yelling. He's yelling to the basketball gods. No, God, I just want to play.
Yep.
Like, I don't want to take away tanking. The last thing I want to do is take away Edie's hunger. The last thing I want to do is take out the fire in the belly of Cam Spencer. So, and I feel like if you bottom out totally and You are making organizational decisions to literally sit guys who can play. Like that's all that's going to do. It's going to stomp on the fire.
Yeah.
And we've been saying we want dogs. I don't even want dogs, man. I want players with resilience.
Yeah.
Because we looked at Indiana last season and we were like, man, look at everyone on that roster is playing for each other. It's not about being a dog. It's about showing resilience. How many comeback games did we see Indiana come back from? I want to be that team.
Every series, at least 2, every playoff series, because those guys played for each other. And one guy said it. I wanna go back to this comment. He said, "Let's talk about Zach Kleiman." Who said it? I can. Yep. Can someone please talk about Zach? My boy RS. The reason I have a very love-hate relationship with Zach Kleiman. He's a great drafter, but is he a great evaluator of talent that can promote us to the next level? I don't believe so. But my thing is, I don't see him not having a job anytime soon, because I feel like he should have been fired for other things if he was going to be fired by now. How he's handled different situations. So I'm in the scope that being that he's already here and I don't see him moving, I'm trying to just make the best out of a worse situation. Is he a terrible GM? No. But when we talk about these decisions the franchise is making that has been questionable, do I feel like he's the guy to promote us into the future? I don't think so. What about you, Wayno?
Yeah, look, he definitely, I think, kind of bought himself another 4 years here.
Yeah.
And hindsight's a funny thing. I hear all the time about we should never got Dylan Brooks, we should never got this player, never got rid of that player. And hindsight is such a funny thing. And we have pretty short-term memories for a lot of Grizzlies fans out there. I will say this. How do you think everything that Kleiman's been through with Jar, say, and I won't get too much into Jar again, but how do you think Jar would have been handled in Miami under Pat Riley?
He would have been sent home for a long time.
How do you think he would have been handled in San Antonio with Coach Popovich?
Sat home.
So, yes, there are maybe some ball-dwelling teams that may have put up with a lot of that. Maybe like a Washington would have put up with that. Maybe like a Detroit before they got good again would have put up with that.
A Charlotte.
There's a saying here in Australia, and I'm sorry for everyone, cover your ears if you're not a bit of profanity, and that is, I didn't come here to fuck spiders. Okay, so in other words, I didn't come here to waste my time. If we're really talking about building a championship team, building a championship squad, then we got to get real about the players we have. And I think in saying all that is to say that I think Zach Kleiman backed Jar through more than we probably realize.
Yeah.
Who would back him through lots of young mishaps, the constant sulking? Who would put up with his behind-the-scenes entourage? Do you know what I mean? So I could argue that Kleiman hasn't brought in the proper support, but then again, I kind of look at it and go, you could say that about a lot of teams at NBA. That's just how it goes sometimes. We are a small market, so we need to recognize that as well. He drafts great. Okay, he drafts great. And if we're heading into a rebuild, he's probably the GM I want, because if you can identify, if you can identify gems in the second round, you're worth your weight in gold in this league. I don't think I've seen a GM hit on a total all the picks. That 81, man, that 80 draft, 80, Cam and Jalen Wells.
Great draft.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
The last time I'd seen that was probably Cleveland back in the day when Brevin Knight got drafted. And they brought in, it was Brevin Knight. Oh, I'm going to test my knowledge now. Brevin Knight, the Cedric
Maxwell.
No, Derek Anderson, and I want to say Cedric Henderson, but I think that's wrong. Let's really push my limit. That was a really good. That was the first time I'd really seen the team hit on all their picks. Man, these guys, they've done well, and so it's sort of long-winded, but I think he's done a pretty good job. I think he gets a bit of a bad rap. I also think he's pretty. The way sometimes he gets attacked, interview-wise, he handles himself pretty well, and he's pretty self-accountable, which is something you don't get out of a lot of teams. and I'm not saying like he's perfect. Like, don't get me wrong. I hear what I'm not saying because there's obviously like I think every GM in the NBA must hate ESPN.
Media. Yeah,
like they must hate it. Like because we've all got opinions on who we should bring in and whatnot. But I just think overall, if we're judging Kleiman today, I kind of feel like he's handled everything with Jar pretty well. Like kept like the fire, on low, contained, I should say. Yeah. And looking forward with Kleiman, if he's got this many picks, and if they've come to the decision to trade Jar and to trade Jaren, they've got their eye on someone in the draft, if not two guys. And I'm kind of like a bit excited to see who that is because we saw last season they climbed up and got said. They got their guy. So it might happen again.
Yeah, I agree with most of that. My thing, I would pivot, being that he is such a great drafter, move him to, I don't want to say head scout because that's a demotion, but move him to like co-director of basketball operations. So he deals with like scouting and drafting guys. But when it comes to, I am lagging so hard right now. When it comes to like just building a championship, that's what I'm not confident with him on. He hit on the job of the Grizzlies next gen era and we succeeded expectations earlier than we thought. We didn't think we're going to be good in year 3, year 4 of Ja Morant. We didn't think we're going to be that good where we're second seed for 2 straight years and all that. But once we got to that ceiling, he couldn't get us past that. That's where if we could bring someone else in that could do that when we get our good guys in, then we'll be great,
The sad part is that that's going to be up to the owner to recognize that. And
let's not get started on that.
Well, from what you guys all tell me, he's like basically non-existent. So that's going to be the hardest pill to swallow. I totally agree with you. I just think over the next 4 years, building again, look, I'd be happy to give the coach another season go around and hopefully not just because if this happens again and he's got like a predominantly healthy roster, that kick rocks. But I think, definitely. I'm not saying that they're going to take us to the promised land because that could be a whole different process.
Yeah. I honestly, I can't. When I think about it, I can't give him too much crap for this year because on paper he built a great roster going into this season. He built probably one of the most talented Grizzlies rosters in franchise history. We just never saw them guys play. So I give him outside of this year, he hasn't brought in guys properly. I want to get on this comment. You said a point about how he handles interviews. Yes, he is the most politically correct GM I've seen because he has so many non-answer answers. He doesn't say. I watched his whole trade deadline presser. He maybe answered 2 actual questions because, like you said, the media kept digging on Ja. They was like, "Well, Ja's gonna be here. We're gonna evaluate him, Ja, his camp." He said that at least 5 times, bro. Like.
Realistically, like what if you get him out of that? What do you want him to say? No GM's going to come out and say, "Yeah, he's getting the boot." Like we've had enough. We've had enough of his dealings. It's like the whole, like the whole tanking. No GM in their right mind will come out and say we're tanking because all that does is sends that message down to your players. Yeah. It decreases trade value for anyone you have planned to move because everyone goes, "Oh well, if they don't care, why should I?" Look, he's not without his flaws for sure. Like, I just think all in all, like I've seen some pretty bad GMs through here, and he's probably the least of our problem. I mean, again, like I hate to come back to it. Like Rusty says it a lot. Like it's kind of the fallback. It's like if Ja plays, we're not even talking about all this. Yeah. Don't say the CW word around here again, okay? That's up there with the CP word that we don't mention. And, I don't want hits to come over your household, okay? So let's keep it chill. And hey, did I see a Laker fan in the group in the chat?
I think I did see one.
It's got to be one of my boys. It's got to be Vince or Stu. It's got to be one of them.
Ozzy, yes. Ozzy. Oh, yes. He's definitely on your boys.
Yeah, come on, mate. Oh, that's Vince for sure. Shout out to Vince Germano, formerly of the Courtside podcast. We're on hiatus at the moment, but that's my guy there.
How about fire your coach and keep?
He's pro Ja, man, and I'm
also he's one of the Ja. I don't want to say Ja sexuals because that's not a nice word to say. But the Ja supporters, unalienable supporters. Well, we appreciate your viewership, man. We love it.
He just got canard at the trade deadline, so he's got some fun ahead of him with that one.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love Luke Kennard. Who Luke Kennard get traded to? He just got traded to.
He's fool's gold, that guy, man.
Yes.
He's gonna come out, hit a couple of threes, and you go, yeah, man. Like, and look at his shooting percentage. He shoots
49% from three because he shoots 3 threes a freaking game. Yeah. One of my Lakers fans, he texted me exactly. He said, "We finally got off a Gabe Vince. I'm so happy." I said, "Bro, y'all do not want Luke Kennard." He said he shoots 49%. I said he shoots 4 threes a game, if that. Like, trust me, Luke Kennard, he's gonna have like 3 of the first 5, and he's gonna shoot like 60% on like 7 threes, and he's gonna dip off when the pressure's
really on, he's gonna pass up shots
and perfect. Like,
hey, you know what? Shout out to was it W Youngman? I think in the comments, Ja's his guy. Look, if Ja's your guy and you swear by Ja, then I'm not gonna change your mind here. But that's just my take. If you're pro Ja and want him to stay in Memphis, look, salute to you. Yeah, I mean, hey, like if that's your guy, that's your guy.
I'm also pro Ja. I'm just have to accept that the writing is on the wall that his time in Memphis is just coming to an end. My whole thing is, and I'll talk about this on Monday on my show. If you're trading Jaren, you got to trade Ja at the same time because this kind of uneasiness we have right now. I think I'd rather ride out the rest of the season with Jaren and see what happens because if we don't make the play, we don't make the playoffs. But honestly, that's my only gripe about this whole thing right now.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think the only thing that stopped that from happening was Giannis, them pulling the plug. Everyone, all those teams that we were chatting to about Ja Morant were also in the stakes for Giannis, and I think Milwaukee and him pulling the ultimate Dick Tease move. I'm available. I'm not available.
I'm not leaving.
Pick me up. Sorry. Got to go.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we can't go out tonight. I'm back with my ex.
Yeah.
Man.
So, and I think, it is the last, like I said, we won't see return on Ja as far as value for his talent. We're only going to see return on him as far as the player is today, which is why it's probably better to hold off. Even though I'll go on record. I thought he was gone. Definitely thought he was gone. Yeah. But you probably get a bit more for him after the draft, around draft and whatnot. So,
could my boy Kader pay him what? What you mean? Why are we paying him an extension? What are you?
Darius has Ja tattoos on his back. I'm sure he's got like Tupac tattooed across the chest. Says
just Morant, just all right.
Ja for life. Ja for life.
Pay him what, my boy? You want to give as much? I love Ja. You want to give him an extension? You want to handicap our franchise for the next 5 years? Why would we do that? No.
We'll have to go sit at his house and watch him play to see any sort of movement. What are we talking about?
Also, we can talk about this before we get out of here. BC gets traded before Ja this summer. I think BC and Josh both are on this team next year. I just don't think BC's trade value is in the gutter as well, but he's just a bad contract to have with your team. He's just using a roster spot. And Wayne, I know you love him. We have to admit he has not played in the past 2 years. You can't have a guy on your roster making that money that's just not playing. You got to get him off the roster.
We talk about over the past 3 seasons about Ja playing less games than Anthony Davis. I wonder how many games we can actually put on the count for BC.
Actually,
there's probably two ways he's played more games. And then
I'm going to Basketball Reference and see how many games BC has played over the past few years.
All right, 82 game season, 3 seasons. I'm gonna guess. 3 seasons of BC. I'm gonna guess 15 games. I think I'm being generous too.
Okay. So the 23-24 season, he played 6 games. He played 6 games.
Yeah.
24-25 season, he played 64 games.
Oh.
And this year, he's played 2 games. So if my math is correct, 8 plus 64 is 72 games over the past 3 seasons.
He's played more than Ja.
He's played more than
No, it's not supposed to go down like this.
He's played 72 games. Man. Oh, that just made me so upset. I gotta take my glasses off for that one. Oh my goodness.
We literally have to just acknowledge that we have just been through the what if era of Memphis Grizzlies basketball. Like, I don't think there's any better way. Like, what if, our stars were stars? What if guys could stay injured? What if we didn't trade Dylan Brooks? What if Steven Adams
didn't get hurt? What if DeAnthony Melton, and all that.
And Adams going down in the playoffs?
I just remember at the time when I was a child, when the biggest what if was what if like Tony Allen didn't mess up his hamstring or if Mike didn't break his face. Like those like the big like what ifs, being there like the team was feeling good.
Mike went out and played with a broken face. Goddamn.
He did. He had one of the best games of his freaking life.
Cotton candy kids out there. I feel like such an old man rant right now.
Oh, yes, you do. Oh my God. I could just see Wayno, you ever make your way to Memphis, like Mike Conley played with a broken freaking face. And y'all out with a freaking calf strain for 8 freaking months. Oh my gosh. Now that is funny. That is funny.
The wheelbarrow out.
The wheelbarrow. Yes, maxed up. I wish Chris Ingram was on the live right now because me and him have infamous arguments over Mike Conley. So everybody knows how to get him. And I'm also very sad that we couldn't bring Mike back because I had a very small inclination that when he got traded off of Minnesota to Chicago, we were going to bring him for a farewell tour. But I can't blame Mike for wanting to get a ring.
I don't want to bring back Mike for him to witness this. Okay, I don't want him.
He may cry. He may walk into the facility and be like, "What did y'all do to my place I built? Like, what is wrong with y'all?"
It's a parenting moment. It's like, this is for your own good. You can't come back. You can't come back home. You've moved out. You can't go back home, but you come back for your birthday.
Yes. Yes. As soon as you retire, you're gonna go up in a wrap. We're gonna celebrate you, but we don't want you to see what the place has become since you've left. Because
it's walk back into this season like he just woke up from a coma and look around the scope. Where is everyone?
What year is it? Why is nobody playing? Why is nobody playing defense? What is wrong with this?
Has an immaculate collection of hoodies. A different one every day.
Yes, he does. Like I said, bro, like we're cursed, bro. Like Edie.
Well, look, let's turn the page now, and this is a really great point. And on the network, we all poke fun and give Drew Gann a lot of stick about his Edie take, but
yes, we do.
Tell you what, it's sticking. His point is sticking a little bit more, and I think for me, Jared and I spoke about it a bit yesterday. I just want Edie insurance because if he's such a major part of us, going forward in this, I just don't want the team to fall apart when he has to sit games. So let's bring in a rebounding big.
Yeah, Edie has played. He played 66 games last year. He's only played 11 games this year. He's played 77 games in his NBA career. Brandon Clark has played 75 games in the past 3 seasons. Ja Morant has played less than there. And those are 3 guys that are definitely in our rotation in our best case scenario, but 3 guys that definitely have not seen the floor as much as they need to. But we have to make the best from what we have. Yeah,
Who we got coming up?
We have the Golden State Warriors coming up on Monday. They played tonight. They played the Los Angeles Lakers in a losing effort. They lost 105-99. As Golden State's also in hell trying to salvage the last few years of Stephen Curry's career. And I believe this is our 5th game of our 6-game road trip. So we're on our West Coast trip right now. And that'll be another West Coast tip. So another 9:00 game. Steph Curry will be questionable because he did not play tonight. So we'll see if he is available. But what are you looking forward to, being that we are playing our good friends, the Golden State Warriors, next?
Oh, wow. Look, I am totally looking at silver linings. I just want to see guys go on this injured list. I want to see, the guys that were named in that press conference. I want to see them carry the weight, see what it's like to have to shoulder the load and not have that safety net of Ja and Jaren. I I will look forward to the Spencer boys matchup, hopefully. I think Cam's brother just got guaranteed for the rest of the season. So
he did.
That's cool for him. Cool for him. He's just as fiery too. I think he might. I can't tell who's more fiery actually out of the two.
I think Pat. He has like the more like grown man like look to him, so he's a little more potty mouth too. So that's kind of funny.
Pat is the crazy mate that doesn't need anything to trigger him off. But Cam is the one of your friends who like just rub him the wrong way and that's it. Game over. Like you don't want to go out drinking. Like he's scared to fight.
Somebody.
So, yeah. You know what? I'm actually. We talk about turning the page and whatnot in this new team. I am going to really look forward to turning the page and not having old Grizzlies from that era come back in, burn us, and then speak foul about Memphis. Do you know what I mean? Like, because next time Dylan Brooks rocks up, like, there's going to be no one here. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be no one here for him to have bring the conversation up and stir the pot, because that's all they're doing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the new start. The next 30 games are really going to be hard to watch, though. So again, if you're a Grizzlies fan, like, treat these like G League games. Treat these like preseason games, auditioning for next season. Before we go, though, I should say, did you have any thoughts on the new additions?
I like what I seen for Walter Clayton in spurts. Kyle Anderson, he made it. We didn't even mention that. Kyle Anderson made his season debut tonight. Slow-mo just did slow-mo things. He controlled the pace of the game. And it's so funny. Like, I remember I had this conversation with my dad. I know he's not watching because I know he's asleep right now. I was like, why are we signing Kyle freaking Anderson? I don't want him on my dang basketball team. And then he turned out to be one of the most valuable guys on the freaking team. So I liked what I saw from Kyle. He had 11.6 rebounds. Walter Clayton, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 for 8 from the field. I just want him to kind of find his footing just in the offense a little bit more. He seems to be trying to press a little bit, but you can tell he has a feel for the game. Do I see Walter Clayton as a pillar of this franchise in the future? I don't. I'm still not sold on that. Yes, he had a great career in Florida, but being that he wasn't able to crack the rotation on the Utah Jazz, who has questionable guard play outside of Keontae George.
Yeah, he got stuck behind George, and then he's coming here, not playing straight into a system that we saw like a few veterans at the start of our season struggled to come around with. Yeah. So I'm giving him a bit of leeway. Sometimes the college game doesn't translate. I will say this though, he plays the game, seems very calmly and in control. A few turnovers here and there tonight, but I think that's more just a system thing and knowing where guys are. So I will just say I've forgotten how much I miss Slow-Mo's delayed moves and how much it just shakes like defenders, fishes them into fouls. I reckon he would do a really mean 1-inch punch. I reckon.
For all our anime lovers out there, and the 1-inch punch is one of the most devastating moves of all of anime. But yeah, I want to see more. I agree with what I want to see on Monday night, hopefully after the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, for all my NFL fans out there. But I just want to see the guys like you mentioned, the Cedric Howards, the Jalen Wills, not Zach East, but just the guys that we are actually pulling to the future. I want to see them be the future. Like I said earlier, these guys have to play real basketball to get real basketball rips. If we're putting Cedric Howard as the second coming to Kawhi Leonard, gotta let him hoop, man. Like, honestly, he's been playing well most of this season, but sitting a 23-year-old kid, it doesn't do nothing for him. He's young. Like, he doesn't need to save his legs anymore. If he was 35, okay, I get it, but he's already young. Just let these guys play ball, and I just want to see a competitive basketball game. The first 3 quarters, the first half of last game, or the game before last, and the first 3 quarters tonight look good. I just want to see more of that through a whole 48 minutes, and that's what we haven't done the whole season. I want to see Gigi Jackson keep playing great on both ends of the floor. He had a few blocks tonight. Gigi Jackson found us. It's so fun. I wish I could talk to Gigi. Now he said, I'm 6'9", I could jump out the gym. Let me just dunk everything. And it worked. Yeah. Because Gigi Jackson's just that crazy of an athlete.
I think he realized how long his arms were. He's like, oh, wait, they are this long. I'll just go over the top.
Okay.
Like, the light bulb went off.
I don't have to just do all this. I can just go around people and go over people. Like,
his dunk in the first quarter that didn't count was insane. Like, I just really appreciate a guy who dunks in traffic with contact.
Yeah. He doesn't care. Like, I feel like he stopped trying to do too much. He's just saying, let me just do the things that God gave me. It's just be an athletic freak that can do everything on the floor. So I want to keep seeing GG play well. Only had 11 points tonight, but he still affected the game positively. Had 2 blocks and a steal. Wayno, we're about almost an hour in. It is 12:20. Yeah, we are, man. We need to do this more, man. It is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Is American football even big in Australia? Do you even care about the Super Bowl at all?
I've got mates who are mad. Like, they are so pumped because we're getting the NFL game in Melbourne.
Okay.
And so they are like trying to drag me to it. I'm like, kind of an NBA guy, but I'm trying to get into it. I mean, I listen to enough $2 sports show for them to talk about NFL. I mean, I know what a first down is, you know, like, I'm okay. I'll fluke my way through it.
Yes. So, do you have a dog in the fight, even though you're not really a football guy? Do you have no dog in the fight?
No dog in the fight.
Will you be watching Bad Bunny's halftime show, even though no one's gonna understand what he's saying?
I'll watch the highlights. I'll watch it on the next death scroll. On
Facebook. Black Ninja DJ said, "We don't play rugby or something."
I used to, but not. I mean, I play ball. Like, that's my passion. That's my thing.
And that's why he is gracing our presence every day on Bluff City Media. But Wayno,
Manu Ginobili super sub at the moment. It's great.
Oh yeah,
so
100%.
Everyone's frozen in like Encino Man or something.
Oh my gosh. Well, Wayno, I appreciate you for tapping in with me tonight on this late night for me, but pretty normal afternoon for you. If you want to follow regular Sunday, if you can follow Wayno, you can follow him on Instagram at Wayno Paints. He's a very, very, very talented artist who has done the work of me, who I appreciate as well. You can follow me on Twitter at E11Hayes. You can follow all the people on the Bluff City Media Network. As Mr. David said earlier, we have a very deep bench. We have a little bit of something for everybody. We have something for NBA fans, your NFL fans, your college football, college basketball. We got fans like Wayno and Jerry who started as fans, and now y'all are parts of the network now. So, like, it's crazy. So if y'all want to tap in with us. But that is all we have for the post-game bounce. Is tonight the Grizzlies lost 115 to 122 to the Portland Trailblazers, as we have the Golden State Warriors up next. But for Evan Hayes, for my guy Wayno, that's all we have for the post-game bounce. And it's all we say. Go Grizzlies.